Because Josh Emmett is scared. Okay, so Youssef called Josh Emmett out, and Josh Emmett said, "No, I don't want this fight. I want a bigger name." That wasn't the reason. He was scared to fight Youssef. This is the worst matchup for Josh Emmett in the division.
So I think that is a great safe bet. What's the odds on that?
So that's minus 120. So
minus 120. I actually really like that. I will probably be playing that myself.
Man, I forgot he was champion. I was like, who are you talking about?
Welcome to the Denver Sports Betting Show UFC edition. This segment is brought to you by Assured Roofing. Thanks to our official sponsor, Assured Roofing, you can get $2,000 off your next roofing project. So whether it's hail damage or if it's just time for a new roof, Assured Roofing has your back, just like we got yours when it comes to the bets. Quality work, local experts, and right now, $2,000 off your next roofing project. So while you're out there betting smart, be sure to call Assured Roofing and use the promo code Denver Sports to get that $2,000 off. As always, I got my fight squad here, Taylor, Ryan, and Agan. Boys, we have UFC 320. I could not be more excited. This card is stacked top to bottom. Where do we start? I think we start with a great friend of the show, Youssef Zalal, taking on Josh Emmett. I mean, our boy. How can you bet against our boy? But tell me, Taylor, who you got?
I got Youssef all day in this one. The odds are kind of high at minus 440 range, so I'd say throw it in a parlay, but I got Youssef on this one.
Youssef, and this will be my parlay. So,
all right, but
parlay pick.
Hold on to it because that parlay is going to go down every week. We're so close, but when we hit that, you're going to get paid. Agan, who you got?
I got Zalal.
All right.
Sure.
Me too. I mean, Josh Emmett is 40 years old. He is not ready for this fight. Youssef Zalal is going to be too much. Youssef Zalal is a black belt, but I don't think he's even going to use that black belt. I think he's going to touch and go on the feet. He's going to win by points. Taylor, how come you got Youssef?
Because Josh Emmett is scared. Okay, so Youssef called Josh Emmett out, and Josh Emmett said, "No, I don't want this fight. I want a bigger name." That wasn't the reason. He was scared to fight Youssef. This is the worst matchup for Josh Emmett in the division. Youssef's shoulder rolls, everything he does with his movement, he's way too hard to hit. And all these people that are like sprinkling this plus money on Josh Emmett by finish are absolutely outside of their mind, because there's no way that he can hit Youssef. Youssef is going to use his movement to his advantage. Just like you said, he's going to outpoint him and get the win.
Ryan, talk to me.
Same. So Youssef, man, he's just going to be volume, just a lot of volume. Emmett, man, he's old. He's about ready to go out to the pasture. So, we'll go with Youssef, the young gunner.
Agan, tell me, how does Youssef put Josh Emmett out to pasture?
I mean, Youssef, he's a lot younger. And I've been around those guys a lot, the last couple months. And he moves around a lot. I think it's going to be hard for Emmett to catch him, But it could happen. But I think Zalal's going to, get it done.
Yeah, and I think the betting lines being so far apart, minus 440 right now for Youssef Zalal, I think they're trying to bait people in to betting Josh Emmett, and that's all that you need to know. If they have to pull my bet out of me, then it's probably not a good bet. Youssef Zalal is somebody that went 3 rounds with Ilia Topuria. I mean, they're different fighters. Youssef is on his second stint right now in the UFC. I think he's come back as a much better fighter and somebody that they are setting up to be one day a title contender. So Youssef Zalal all day long. I don't see any path to victory. The bet for me on this one is Youssef to win by decision. Yes. I don't think anybody gets put to sleep in this one, but give me Youssef to win. Give me Youssef by decision. And that is how I will roll with that one. But moving right along, another fight I couldn't be more excited for. Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree Jr. The Samurai versus Rountree. This is a tough one.
It is.
I don't know which way I'm going to go, but Taylor, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, this has potential fight of the night written all over it for sure.
Oh, it's going to be war.
But I got Khalil Rountree on this one.
Okay.
Man, I'm going with you again, man. Rountree.
Let's go.
Yeah, you got to go Rountree on this.
I got Rountree also, man. This is the first time we all agree on the fact.
We tried to get you to agree last week.
But you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. And can we talk about that for a minute? We'll talk about it in a minute, but Reyes did not look good. I think Jiri is going to look good. Give me Yuri. Just simply based on his output. Unless one of these guys goes to sleep, which is very, very possible, it's going to go to a decision, and the guy with the more activity, which is going to be Yuri, he's going to get the win. I don't like this. I don't know if I'll be putting my hard-earned dollars, but Yuri to win and Yuri by decision would be how I would lean. But Rountree, 3 Rountrees. What's up?
So Yuri's path to victory here is to be the forward aggressor and put Khalil on his back foot, because Khalil doesn't fight as well off his back foot. But I don't see that happening. We were watching the knockout that Yuri faced against Alex, and it just doesn't seem like he's been the same since then. And I think Khalil will be able to excel in the striking. He'll be able to manage the distance, and he will be the one giving the forward pressure. And when Khalil's fighting like that, man, he's so dangerous. He's faster. He's cleaner. I think this is going to be mainly a striking matchup. So since he's faster and cleaner, I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, Rountree, man, he's just been on a streak, and I just Yuri, Alex couldn't put away Rountree. We've seen what Alex has done to Yuri. And yeah, I just got to go Rountree. Just his counter striking, his power. I just don't think Yuri's going to be able to do it. We've seen him go to the Shadow Realm. And I think Rountree, especially Yuri, he gets a little bit reckless. So you do that against Rountree, who's just got that power, and it could be night-night again.
Agan, why you got Rountree?
I mean, with the Yuri stance, he keeps his hands down. I think that's going to be, you can't do that against Rountree.
I mean, he has those wide legs, and Rountree has that little teep kick thing he does.
Right. So that's going to be dangerous for him. I think Rountree's going to, I think he could get a knockout, honestly. Because we saw what happened with Pereira, with Yuri. So we'll see.
I think Rountree's only path to victory is a knockout. And I don't want to bet on that. Like you said, it's going to be a striking battle. They're not going to try to go to the ground. I don't see Yuri trying to take him down. I don't see Khalil trying to take Yuri down. So it's going to be striking.
Yeah.
Yuri's the better striker. How come you're going with Rountree?
Rountree's counter punching is just amazing. And once again, just Yuri gets a little bit sloppy sometimes, and Rountree's power, he catches him, it's done. So, and once again, Yuri is no Alex. We saw what happened to both of these fighters when they fought him, and just Rountree's just solid. No one's putting him away.
Nobody has put him away, and Yuri has been put away. Taylor, what's your thoughts on somebody who really doesn't have the signature wins like he did early in his career, but I mean, he's still a former champion? I mean, I feel like we're kind of discrediting that. I feel like you guys are discrediting that. I'm on the good side of things, but how can you discredit all of his accolades and all of what he's done in the UFC so far?
Man, I forgot he was champion. I was like, who are you talking about? Man, I don't know. I just think Khalil here has more. I was watching, he did a little press conference today, and he was talking about the preparation and his whole story, right? From being 300 pounds, smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, and the mixed martial arts changing his life. I think just for the story, I want to see Khalil win. And again, I don't think Yuri's been the same ever since Alex shut him out and shut his lights out, man. He hasn't been the same. And Khalil is a nasty striker. You keep saying Yuri's a better striker, but Khalil, man, he's violent. He's way more violent of a striker, if anything, and I think that gets to Yuri.
If he can go against, if Rountree went against Dustin Jacoby and Alex and didn't get put away, Yuri's not going to do it. There's no way.
I mean, don't say no way. You guys are forgetting Jiri Prochazka. I mean, yes, I know he's got slept a couple times, but this guy was on a tear. Do you remember his come up to become champion? The guy was just unstoppable. It's like his movement, his angles, no one could touch him.
Yeah, but power wise, he's no Justin Jacoby or he's no Alex Pereira. That's just facts.
And there's a point in every fighter's career you start fading them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but I mean, did he not look good against Jamal Hill?
I mean, that's Jamal. Jamal's kind of been on
a former champion. He's beaten the top guys. Yes. I mean, did he look good against Alex? No. But I mean,
we got some kind of bet we got to
take the common opponent. If you take Alex as the common opponent, who had the better fight against Alex, Yuri or Khalil?
Khalil, but
so MMA math says Khalil gets the victory.
Yeah, but MMA math is not what I was taught in school.
Were you taught that
So
Common
we
Core?
will have Thornton High School represent.
And he might prove us wrong. on this one.
I might have to.
Man, you always make yourself safe with the bet. He's like, I don't know though. It could happen. I don't know though.
Yeah, Aiden's gonna straddle that
It's
fence.
the MMA game, man. You know?
But yeah, I mean, give me Yuri in this one. We'll have to agree to disagree. When I'm right, I will let you know about it. But moving right along, we have Merab Dvalishvili versus Denver's own Cory Sandhagen. Merab Dvalishvili can be had at a -375 favorite. Cory Sandhagen +295. Taylor, who you got?
Man, Cory could shock the world here. He really, really could. And I love Cory. I think he's a great person. I think he's a great fighter. But my pick and my bet on this one is going to be on Merab.
All right, Brian.
Yeah, I got to go Merab on this.
I do want to pick Sandhagen.
I do too. I think all of us do.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd love to see Sandhagen win on this
I
one.
think Merab gets it done.
I agree. Cory Sandhagen can go out there, prove that he needs and deserves to be in this situation to fight for a championship. I mean, he's been such a great fighter for so many years, but he's not going to. Merab Dvalishvili just has a offensive game plan that nobody has been able to crack. No one's cracked the code yet, and I don't see it happening with this fight either. Merab, we know about the cardio, but we don't know what the cardio does to a fighter getting taken down over and over and over and over again. So you could be a great striker. You could have a great submission game. You could be all these different things, but getting drugged to the ground, having to get back up, that wears on you. And I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. Cory Sandhagen has the opportunity to get that one-punch knockout, flying knee, great striker. So there is that. Like Agan said, it is the fight game, but I don't think that happens when there's so few paths to victory. You just can't have my money. So give me Merab Dvalishvili. Taylor, how come you got Merab?
Yeah, this fight's so interesting, right? And of course, Cory could get the flash knockout, and that's definitely a thing that can happen. But what I'm looking forward to is the scrambles, because Cory is nasty on the ground. Like, his jiu-jitsu is nasty. And that was like going into this fight when it first got announced, that was my only concern, because there is specific jiu-jitsu that can counter wrestling moves and things like that. But I watched Merab roll a DJ, Mighty Mouse. And Mighty Mouse, dude, is sick with the jiu-jitsu. And I know he's a little bit lighter than Merab and all this other stuff, but he fared well in some of these jiu-jitsu type exchanges. And I think Cory's better chance of victory here, because we know Merab's going to do the pressure. We know he's going to take him down. Cory is to like get a leg lock or something like that. I think that's where Cory's biggest chance of victory comes in, is being able to get a submission here. But I think Merab's pressure, his strength, everybody talks about his strength and how powerful he is at his size. I think it's just too overwhelming, and he keeps Cory down for most of this fight. I don't know if it's the most exciting. Both are promising finishes, but I'm excited to watch these scrambles on the ground.
Yep. So Ryan, how come you're going with Merab?
so I'm going Merab, but what I do like here that I got talked out of for my parlay, but Cory Sandhagen on the spread plus 5.5, a -120. So I think it's gonna be a lot closer. I don't think Merab is gonna get these 8-10 rounds. I think, like you said, the scramble and everything, I think it's going to be a lot closer. Cory might even steal a round or so. So that's going to be my bet. I think Merab is going to win, but my bet for this is going to be Cory Sandhagen on the spread plus 5.5.
Okay. For the people that may not fully understand that, in order to cover that spread, he would have to win. He would have to go, they would have to be 9-10 rounds.
Yeah.
In favor of Cory Sandhagen. He just cannot get 10-8'd.
Correct.
In order to cash that bet. If he goes out and wins a round, which I think is very, very possible, he might even win 2. Your bet would cash.
Yeah.
Or if he gets the finish,
Yeah.
the bet, or if Cory gets the finish.
Yeah, he can just outright win that thing. So I think that is a great safe bet. What's the odds on that?
So that's a -120. So
-120. I actually really like that. I will probably be playing that myself. Agan, you said Merab Dvalishvili. How come?
I mean, you guys were describing Cory really well, how he could get it done. I think, his IQ is really good, so if he times those takedowns really well and he's good with those knees, that would shock the world. You know what I mean? But I think with Merab, the way he mixes everything up, it's gonna be difficult for Cory. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult fight, but he definitely has a path to victory. He is well deserving of that position. But moving right along to the main event of the evening, the one we have all been waiting for. I know I have been waiting for it ever since it was announced. Ankalaev, Pereira 2. Boys, we got big decisions to make. We got picks to make. Taylor, who you got in this fight?
The rematch, man. This is going to be a really exciting fight. My pick is Alex Pereira. I would love to see Pereira come in and win. My bet for this fight is going to be over 3.5 rounds, and that's at a -130 right now.
Okay, that is... It takes some guts. Over 3.5 rounds. Because Alex has that death touch.
He does, man. He does. So that's why this makes it so tough. I think Ankalaev, I'm picking him. But Alex, like, if he's going to win this, he's going to knock him out.
You picking Ankalaev?
I am, man. I am. I'm going for it. I want Alex, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't like the buildup that's been happening with, like, Alex, just the way he was saying, like, I was at 40%, like, making excuses. I never like when fighters say that. So
he was speaking in Portuguese. You don't know what he really said. You don't speak Portuguese. Agan, who you got in this one? Hey, I already know who you're going to pick, but tell the people I already know.
Ankalaev, baby.
Oh, my God. Okay, so we have 2 Pereira, because I'm going Pereira, for that wasn't obvious already. 2 Ankalaev. Taylor, how come you're on the good side?
Man, just because I love Pereira and his story and everything about him, and watching him fight is so much fun. I enjoy the grappling and the ground game and stuff, but I don't know what it is about Ankalaev. I just not that big of a fan of his fighting style, his personality, or anything. I would much rather see Pereira as the title holder here. I think he's flashier. I think he's more exciting, man. He'd be shooting arrows at people. Like, he's just a cooler fighter here. But I really think he can get it done. Pereira is a champion, has been a champion. When we see these rematches, I forget the exact stat, but when these rematches happen in title fights, the person that lost the first time usually is able to come back and get the win because they know exactly what to do. I'm excited to see if any of his ground game has changed, but I think Pereira is going to be able to go in here and piece him up. Late in the fight, though, I think it happens around 4 or 5 that Alex Pereira gets a finish.
Okay, right now the betting odds, Magomed Ankalaev -265, Alex Pereira +215. Ryan, Ankalaev.
yeah, but
How come he gets your money?
so he gets some money, but like what you said about Alex is completely true. Like Ankalaev, like I'm if he wasn't fighting Alex, I don't know how hyped I would be about this. Like, he's just not an exciting champ or anything like that. But just compared to the last fight and everything, I don't know if Pereira is like still really in it. Like, we saw him look mortal for once the last fight. Ankalaev's control, this is wrestling and cardio are a little bit better. Alex, the only way he's winning is with a KO, which we all know is possible, but I just don't think it happens here.
He needs to keep him in that like 2 to 4 foot range right there. That's like Alex's sweet spot. And Ankalaev did a good job of not staying there for too long in their first fight. But if Alex can time that right, the power that he has, I think that's where Ankalaev gets stuck there, because he said, I felt the power the first time. It didn't collapse me. But I think this time Pereira gets him clean, just right in that inside range. So Ankalaev needs to stay out of that range for sure.
Hopefully he has that 7 inches, right? That always helps.
A little more than 7 inches.
Pereira's got 4 inches on
So, Egan, Magomed Ankalaev, he got it done once already. He's the current champion. How come you're rolling with the champ?
I think he's exciting. I don't know what you guys are talking about, man. He's an exciting fighter. I think, he's...
Yeah, getting held up against the fence is not exciting. I mean, I would even venture to say Uncle Dana had a talk about that. I feel like you guys, maybe the fight was so long ago you just don't remember. Everyone's talking like Pereira got dominated. The fight was 48-47.
That's close.
My opinion, and I mean, it's pretty well documented, Pereira took off the 4th round. I don't know if he thought that he was winning, but that 4th round in the last fight, he just got held up against the cage. That 4th round proved to be the difference in the fight. The very first go around was pretty close to a pick'em. Now we're looking at 265s and 240s. I mean, it's crazy. You guys have forgot about Alex Pereira and Alex Pereira's power and where he's come from. There's no way Ankalaev is even going to get him down. He attempted 12 takedowns in the first fight, got 0. So this is going to be a striking battle. And if it's going to be kickboxer versus kickboxer, give me Pereira. And the death touch, that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Pereira touches you, you go to sleep. So that's what's going to happen. Alex Pereira to win. Alex Pereira to win by a knockout is plus 320. What I like even better, Alex Pereira to win by decision. I'll tell you why, but Taylor, I know you got something good for me. How come Alex is going to win?
I think just what you said, right? It's the death touch. And I think Ankalaev, because he felt it before, is going to be overconfident, and he's going to hang out in that 2 to 4 foot range in front of Alex where he shines with that little 2-punch combination he has. And yeah, I think he puts his lights out. But I think Ankalaev is a good fighter, right? Like, he's still going to do his best.
He's the champ,
It's still going to, well, Tom Aspinall, the champ, that don't mean nothing. He's still going to fight him a little bit, right? He's still going to make it close. And I actually do think Ankalaev gets a takedown in this fight. I really do. But I think Pereira is able to get back up. He's coming from a great gym with Glover and everything like that, that he gets back up, and later in the fight, he shuts his lights out.
So I know you guys are wondering, Manny, why did you say Pereira by decision? And I have a conspiracy theory, if it's okay if I share it with you guys. Ankalaev is just not a good marketable product for the UFC. I think... I'm not saying that there's some influence, but if there was influence going around, it would be more on the Pereira side to have the decision go to him. So I think if it goes the full 5 rounds, nobody goes to sleep. It's going to happen. They're going to give it to Pereira, and especially at plus 215, give me all the money on Pereira. Have you guys seen any of the lead up to this fight? I was watching a video today, and it said something like, Pereira and Ankalaev have words before UFC 320. So I'm like, oh, I got to see this.
Clickbait.
Oh, it was definitely clickbait. But I clicked on it. I wanted to see the video. And it was like, speaking in Portuguese and I don't know, whatever language Ankalaev speaks. But then they had to go through a translator. I mean, it's just not a marketable product. I'm not saying that he's not a great athlete. I'm not saying that he's not a great fighter. But the UFC is a business of making money. And Ryan, how can you make money when it's not interesting to people right now?
No, I agree. Like I said, I agreed everything. I love Alex. I wanted him, that hype train, to keep running. But then he ran into Ankalaev, and he wasn't taking that fight serious as well too. But like, everybody is praying, Uncle Dana is praying that, Alex wins this, but I just, it's not happening.
And the UFC protected Pereira from Ankalaev for a couple of years, man. You know what I mean? So, Pereira's not going to get it done.
Okay. Well, the beautiful part about all of that is it will be settled Saturday night at UFC 320 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Be sure to tune in. Be sure to tune along with all of our picks. And be sure to watch your own cash. Check out your roof. Call Assured Roofing. Right now, they are doing $2,000 off their roof special. You have to mention Denver Sports, but this is a local-owned company, a veteran-owned company, and they will come out, check out your roof, and tell you what you got to do to be protected. We got your back. Assured Roofing has your back. Give them a call at 303-646-9300. But don't go anywhere, because we got UFC news coming right back.